Good afternoon and welcome back to the Ownership Transition Advisors, where I'm talking about all the changes and potential issues you as a seller will face after you sell your business, after the deal closes and the integration and the transition begins. The things the buyer isn't going to simply offer up during the negotiation because it's not in their best interest to share with you at that time. So, what about when you start losing employees in the first days or weeks after you announce the acquisition? You've sold your business and now your best people are leaving, not all at once, but over the first few months. A couple of them bleed off, and then maybe a month or two later, another one or two leave, and maybe a few more go. You tell yourself it's okay, and you find replacements, assuming the buyer has some kind of recruiting team to help you. But in your heart, you know something's wrong, and you're losing the core of what made your business great and attractive to people, customers, and potentially the buyer. The question is, what's happening, and what can you do about it? So let me tell you a quick story. In one of my earlier videos, I talked about that I had been through an acquisition twice in my career. One, after several years, eventually worked out, and the other one was an absolute disaster. Both times, key people left, and it had absolutely nothing to do with what we were doing differently. Okay? The leadership was still there, the office staff, the admin, the field team, everybody was still there. Customers didn't change. So if nothing changed, what happened? Why did we start losing key people? Well, what changed was perception. Emotions changed. Identity changed. The culture changed. The purpose changed. The leadership's attitude changed. And the reason for being here changed. If you know anything about leadership, and I know you do, you know it involves a lot of intangible and emotional elements, but this is what creates a strong team. The emotional bond, and when that's gone, it can be a slow death for a team. And this is what nobody will tell you, and you cannot prepare for unless you've been through it before. It's something you're not expecting to the degree that it can very easily happen. And this is a big part of why 40% of all acquisitions fail to meet expectations. The buyer will talk about this potential at a high level, but they won't get in too deep because they don't want to scare you away from the deal. And the truth is, the buyer can't prevent this from happening anyway. And when this starts happening, the buyer can and will say anything and everything to try to convince people that, hey, there's nothing to worry about. We love you. We care about you. We want you to be successful in the company. All the things they need to say to convince employees to stay. And of course, they want them to stay because without the employees, the investment they just made in your company starts losing value. Now, this isn't something to be super afraid of, but it is something to be keenly aware of and deal with it early and directly so you go into the deal fully aware of the possibilities of this happening and how to handle it. And that's exactly what I do at Ownership Transition Advisors. I help you prepare for things that you're not expecting to happen because you've never done this before. So if after watching this video, you're thinking, I wonder what other things might change or happen to my people and customers after I sell that I'm really not thinking about, you're definitely not alone. And if you're interested in learning more about how I might be able to help you, you can always message me through my website or through my LinkedIn profile. The links will always be below in these videos. Usually we can decide after 15, 20-minute conversation if it makes sense to work together with your transaction. And keep in mind, if you've never sold a business before, there's no real way you can prepare for the next couple years without some help and some guidance. Next time, we're going to talk about when you should be getting someone like me involved with your negotiations and when it may be too late. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.